Imagine this for a moment. What if, somewhere in the world, someone suddenly stopped what they were doing because your face crossed their mind? What if your name echoed through their heart at the exact moment you decided to watch this message? And what if the reason you felt drawn here wasn't an accident at all? Stay with this message until the very end, because the final part contains the most important reflection. Many people leave too early and miss the one thought that changes how they see their own story forever. Close your eyes for just a second. Think about one person you haven't spoken to in a long time. Now ask yourself, why did that face appear so quickly? Sometimes memories return because our minds naturally revisit meaningful relationships. Sometimes they return because our hearts are searching for healing, forgiveness, or hope. Today's message is about that quiet longing. It is about the invisible threads that connect people through love, memories, gratitude, and unfinished conversations. Perhaps someone misses your laughter. Perhaps someone regrets the way things ended. Perhaps someone wishes they had said one more sentence before life carried both of you in different directions. Every human heart carries stories that were never fully spoken. Every soul carries memories that time cannot erase. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly remembered someone you hadn't thought about for years? Have you ever dreamed about a friend, only to hear from them days later? Whether we see these moments as coincidence, intuition, or simply the remarkable way memory works, they remind us of something deeply human. Love leaves a lasting impression. Some connections stay with us. Some names never disappear. Some people become part of our story forever. Now imagine someone sitting quietly tonight. The room is silent. The lights are dim. They scroll through old photographs. Your smile appears. Everything stops. 1,000 memories rush back at once. The conversations. The laughter. The promises. The hopes. The mistakes. And suddenly, tears fill their eyes. Not because they hate you. Not because they forgot you. But because they finally understand your value. Life has a strange way of teaching lessons after people are gone from our daily routines. Distance often reveals what closeness once hid. The things we took for granted become the things we miss the most. Maybe you needed to hear that today. Because sometimes we believe nobody thinks about us. Nobody remembers us. Nobody cares. Yet somewhere, someone may still carry your kindness in their heart. Someone may still remember the day you encouraged them. Someone may still smile because of a joke you once told. Someone may still be grateful for your presence, even if they never found the courage to say it. This is why your life matters more than you realize. Every word leaves a mark. Every act of compassion creates a memory. Every moment of patience becomes part of another person's story. And perhaps someone is silently wishing they could tell you that. Maybe they rehearse conversations they'll never have. Maybe they wonder if you would forgive them. Maybe they hope you are happy. Maybe they pray for your peace. Not because they expect anything in return, but because your life once meant something precious to theirs. Take a deep breath. Listen carefully. The next part is not about mystery. It is about truth. Too often we spend years waiting for one message, one apology, one explanation, one phone call, one reunion. But life teaches us something powerful. Healing doesn't always arrive through another person's words. Sometimes healing begins the moment we choose peace. Imagine setting down every burden you've carried. Every unanswered question. Every painful memory. Every disappointment. Imagine placing them in God's hands. There is incredible freedom in releasing what we cannot control. Because peace does not come from knowing everything. Peace comes from trusting that every chapter has meaning. Think back to your hardest season. At the time it probably felt endless. Yet here you are. Still standing. Still breathing. Still hoping. That alone is remarkable. You have survived days you once believed would break you forever. You have overcome nights filled with uncertainty. You have carried burdens nobody else even noticed. And still, you continue. That is strength. Real strength is quiet. It keeps moving forward. Even while the heart is tired. Even while tears remain unseen. Perhaps the person who misses you today remembers exactly that strength. Perhaps they remember your kindness. Your patience. Your generosity. Your courage. Or maybe they remember the chance they lost. Life rarely gives us perfect timing. Sometimes people realize the value of someone only after circumstances change. That realization can bring regret. But regret also teaches. It reminds us to appreciate people while they are still part of our lives. So if this message inspires one thing today, let it inspire gratitude. Reach out to someone you appreciate. Tell someone they matter. Forgive where forgiveness is possible. Love generously. Listen carefully. Encourage freely. Because tomorrow is never guaranteed. Now consider another possibility. What if the person you keep thinking about isn't a sign of what will happen next, but a reminder of who you've become? The past has shaped you. It has taught resilience. It has revealed compassion. It has deepened wisdom. Without those experiences, you would not be the person you are today. Sometimes remembering is not an invitation to go backward. It is evidence of how far you've already come. And that is worth celebrating. There are seasons for holding on. There are seasons for letting go. There are seasons for beginning again. If you're entering a new chapter, don't carry every old burden with you. Travel lighter. Carry hope. Carry faith. Carry gratitude. Leave fear behind. Leave bitterness behind. Leave endless, what-if, questions behind. Because your future deserves your full attention. Imagine waking tomorrow with renewed purpose. Imagine choosing kindness before anger. Hope before fear. Faith before doubt. Peace before worry. One decision can redirect an entire day. One encouraging word can change another person's week. One act of compassion can become someone's lifelong memory. Never underestimate the power of your presence. You matter more than you know. Even when nobody says it. Even when applause is absent. Even when recognition never comes. Character grows in quiet places. Faith grows during waiting. Hope grows during uncertainty. Love grows when we choose it again and again. Perhaps somewhere today, someone is indeed remembering you. Perhaps somewhere, your name brings comfort. Perhaps somewhere, your kindness still echoes. Whether or not you ever hear from them, let that possibility remind you of this truth. The love we give is never truly wasted. It continues through memories. Through lives we've touched. Through moments we'll never fully see. So walk forward with confidence. Be the kind of person whose absence is felt because your presence brought light. Be the kind of person whose words heal instead of wound. Be the kind of person whose kindness outlives every conversation. Because that is a legacy worth leaving. And if your heart needed this reminder today, receive it with hope. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. Your story still matters. Your future still holds possibilities. Your life still has purpose. Keep believing. Keep growing. Keep choosing love. One day, when you look back on this chapter, you may discover that what seemed like an ending was quietly preparing you for a beautiful beginning. Until that day comes, walk in peace. Live with gratitude. Love without fear. And remember, the greatest messages we ever receive are often the ones that inspire us to become more compassionate, more forgiving, and more hopeful than we were yesterday. Now imagine this. While you are listening to these words, life is quietly moving in ways you cannot see. Conversations are happening without your knowledge. Decisions are being made behind closed doors. People are remembering moments they thought they had forgotten. Time has a mysterious way of bringing hidden emotions back to the surface. The person who once convinced themselves they had moved on may suddenly find themselves pausing in the middle of an ordinary day. A familiar song begins to play. A place reminds them of you. A simple scent awakens a memory buried for years. And before they even realize it, your name has filled their thoughts again. That is how memories often work. Not because of magic. Not because someone controls them. But because meaningful experiences leave lasting impressions on the human heart. Think about your own life. How many times have you unexpectedly remembered someone from your past? How many times has a photograph, a voice, or a familiar road transported you back to another season of life? Those moments remind us that the people who shape our journey are never completely erased from memory. Some remain with us for a lifetime. But there is another side to this story that many people never consider. Sometimes we spend so much energy wondering who is thinking about us that we forget to ask a more important question. Who needs our kindness today? Who needs encouragement? Who needs forgiveness? Who needs hope? Life becomes richer when we stop waiting to receive love and begin choosing to give it. Because generosity has a remarkable way of returning in unexpected forms. The encouragement you offer today may become the strength someone remembers 10 years from now. The patience you show today may become the reason someone refuses to give up tomorrow. Never underestimate the quiet influence of a compassionate heart. It often changes lives without ever receiving recognition. Now picture someone sitting by a window late at night. The world outside is silent. Rain taps gently against the glass. They stare into the darkness, thinking about all the choices that brought them to this moment. Among countless memories, you appear. Not because you were perfect. Not because every moment was easy. But because you were real. Real kindness. Real laughter. Real conversations. Real moments that could never be replaced. Sometimes authenticity leaves the deepest mark. People may forget impressive achievements. They may forget expensive gifts. But they rarely forget how someone made them feel. Did you make people feel safe? Did you make them feel heard? Did you make them feel valued? If the answer is yes, then your presence has already become part of a legacy that cannot be measured. Many people spend their lives chasing recognition. Yet the greatest impact often happens quietly. A smile. A helping hand. A sincere apology. A listening ear. These simple acts echo far beyond the moment they occur. Years later, someone may still remember them with gratitude. Perhaps someone is doing exactly that today. Perhaps they wish they had thanked you. Perhaps they regret staying silent. Perhaps they hope that wherever you are, life has been kind to you. Whether those thoughts ever reach you directly is something none of us can know. But one truth remains certain. Every act of goodness plants seeds. Some bloom quickly. Others take years. Some bloom where we can see them. Others bloom in places we will never witness. Yet every genuine act of love has value. That is why it is always worth choosing compassion. Now let your thoughts become still for a moment. Release every fear that tells you your life has no purpose. Release every voice that says you are forgotten. Release every burden that convinces you your best days are behind you. Those thoughts do not define your future. The future is built one decision at a time. Choose gratitude today. Choose integrity today. Choose hope today. Little by little, those choices shape a completely different life. Imagine looking back 5 years from now. Will you be thankful that you spent today's moments worrying about things you could not control? Or will you be grateful that you invested your energy into becoming wiser, kinder, and stronger? The answer begins now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Every sunrise offers another opportunity. Every conversation offers another opportunity. Every challenge offers another opportunity. Growth is rarely comfortable. It asks us to forgive when pride wants revenge. It asks us to remain patient when frustration wants control. It asks us to keep believing when circumstances look uncertain. But every step taken in hope transforms us. Think about the strongest people you know. Were they strengthened by easy lives? Usually not. They became resilient because they endured difficulties without allowing hardship to destroy their character. The same is possible for you. No matter what chapter you are living today, your story is still unfolding. There are pages yet to be written. Friendships yet to be formed. Dreams yet to be discovered. Moments of joy waiting beyond today's uncertainty. Do not close the book too early. Some of the most meaningful chapters appear after the reader believes the story has reached its end. So keep walking. Keep believing. Keep showing kindness even when the world feels unkind. Keep speaking words that heal instead of harm. Keep becoming the kind of person whose presence leaves others stronger than before they met you. Because that is how lives are changed. Not through fear. Not through endless speculation. But through consistent love expressed in everyday actions. If someone somewhere remembers you today, let it remind you that every meaningful relationship carries lasting value. And if no message ever arrives, if no explanation ever comes, if no reunion ever happens, you can still move forward with peace. Because your worth has never depended on another person's ability to recognize it. Your value is found in the life you choose to live. A life marked by compassion, integrity, faith, hope, and love. Those qualities never fade. They continue long after words have been forgotten. So lift your head. Take one more step. And trust that every day offers another chance to become the person you were always capable of becoming.